Hello and welcome to the Lake District Yogi. I'm Kat. Today's class is a really nice grounding flow. You know, for those days when you're just sort of up in your head, when things are just spiraling a little bit and you're feeling like things might be just getting a little bit wild and out of control and you need to bring yourself back down. This is the perfect, it's going to be short, but a really nice grounding flow. Just have a sip of my tea and we'll get started lying on our backs. So we're going to start with the soles of our feet together and our knees out, supine Baddha Konasana. So let yourself come down really gently and we will start as we mean to go on. So take as much time as you need here to really start to root yourself down. I always think of it, you know, like when you see a cat and it does all that kind of padding and pawing before it finds stillness. It's a little bit like that. So let yourself wriggle down as if you're trying to make a sort of, the floor's a duvet and you're trying to make a nice dent or a dip in the duvet. So take some time to wriggle a little bit. Maybe feel the shoulder blades against the ground and then that space between the shoulder blades, the back of the heart. Maybe imagine that area sinking down into the earth. Feeling all the points of contact with the floor beneath you. And then really surrender to that. Allow yourself to feel supported. And then as we begin to gradually tune into our breathing, you can use the breath to help you along with this. So every single out breath is an opportunity to feel a little bit more connected to the earth beneath you. If you imagine each inhale as a sort of upward draw of energy, that out breath is a downward movement of energy. And you can try and feel parts of your body becoming heavier, maybe the back of the head, the shoulders, the hips, the sides of the feet. And with every out breath, allow those places together or move through the body, you know, bit by bit, and let those parts feel really heavy, sinking down. Another thing you can do as you breathe out is to visualize or imagine that something is being got rid of, that you're letting go of something, whether that's a physical tension, an emotion, an energetic feeling, a hooked in thought that's been going round and round in your head all day, a regret. It doesn't matter what it is, just maybe there's something, there might not be, something that you can attach that out breath and breathe it away. So as we lie here and we fully arrive, we're just starting to tune into our breathing and we're using that breath to create the conditions that we're looking for, which is to feel grounded. When we start to feel very stressed or anxious, not only does our breathing become quite rapid and high in the chest, but we get very much stuck up in our heads. I would like to imagine my head, my thinking mind, floating above my head. It's like a sort of beehive. And we can get really stuck up there. And one of the first things that happens is we lose connection with our body. So this is about coming out of our head, moving our awareness down, down, down into our body and reconnecting with it. It's always grounded. It's just our mind that leads us astray. Okay, so maybe taking a really nice final sighing out breath, and then on your next inhale, close the knees like a book. Separate the feet a bit wider, maybe as wide as the mat. You might need to readjust your hips, lift and lower them, wriggle down into the shoulder blades. Take another breath in and breathe the knees to the right. Just let them roll over to the right. Try and keep the shoulders grounded. So when we're doing movement, there's always some part of our body, our foundation, that is always in contact with the floor. or where we can really take our attention and awareness to that rooted feeling. So keep that feeling in the shoulders. Breathe the knees back to the center, let them roll to the left. Keep that grounded feeling in the shoulders. And then just move the knees from left to right a few times, just on your own rhythm. Pick up the pace just a little, get some swaying movement in here. We'll just start to work into the hips and warm them up a little bit. Now, next time you go to the left, after that, let the knees come back to the center. Walk the feet in towards your bum and let the feet come a little bit closer together, so hip width apart again. Again, anytime you need to readjust, lift and lower the hips, lift and lower the shoulders, tuck the chin maybe a little, find that length in the spine, and then ground into the feet. So if you press so hard, you'll lift your hips. If you don't press at all, then the legs are just completely like loose and floppy. So it's about finding that perfect optimum amount of pressure. And it's well worth taking a little bit of time on this, in my opinion. So play around with it. You can lift and lower your toes, your heels, really do that padding thing with your feet, get them really nice and rooted, and then find that perfect amount of pressure. We want pressure so that we're feeling connected to the earth and our legs are active, they're engaged, the muscles are engaged, but without lifting the hips or anything. We're not turning everything on 100%. We're finding that juicy amount of pressure. And then let the arms lie alongside you, along the mat. And we're going to do some gentle hip lifts. So lightly engage the core, draw in the lower belly. Again, this is to find a light engagement. We're not looking for something like rock. We're not going 100%. And then when you're ready, on your next in-breath, slowly start to increase that pressure through the feet. Let the hips become almost like weightless, like a feather. Let them float up. Feel the weight coming into the back of the head, into the shoulders. Neck should feel nice and free. Let the hips lift. And then as you breathe out, slowly lower them back down. I'm going to do this a few times, and each time I'm going to give you a different thing to focus on so we find complete body engagement. So keep moving, press into the feet. This time take your awareness to the inner knees and inner thighs. Imagine that kind of magnetic repelling and pulling action between the inner legs. Again, keeping everything stable. And slowly lower back down. Next inhale, press into the feet, lift up. This time take your awareness to the weight in the shoulders and the back of the head. And as you lower down, feel it from the top of the spine. Imagine the spine unfurling vertebrae by vertebrae back to the ground. And again, press into the feet slowly, slowly with the breath. Imagine that in-breath is drawing the hips higher. And the out-breath is gently moving you back to the ground. This time, pay attention to the hips. What happens as they land on the ground? Does it feel like they could go right through the floorboards and into the earth? Let that weight settle. Okay, a couple more like this. Maybe the challenge is to try to put all of those together, the inner legs, the weight in the shoulders, all the different parts. Maybe you're finding that your attention is taken somewhere else entirely. Maybe it's the soles of the feet where you're feeling this most. So we'll do one more like this. Press, press, press. This time, if you want to pause at the top, do so, either with a little breath hold, so you can just gently float in a breath hold, or hold the hips high but keep the breath going. We don't want to breath hold so much that we create tension. Whichever you're doing will then breathe the hips back down to the earth. Give it time for the hips to fully land. Feel that sensation. And then one after the other, draw the knees into the chest. Feel how it does any adjustments that happen automatically there in the shoulders, the spine. Take your arms around your knees, give them a squeeze. Maybe a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to come to all fours. So you can roll onto your side, or you can just cross the feet and rock yourself up. And make your way into all fours with your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And again, feel that connection, feel that contact. So here's a beautiful way to feel grounded, because the hands are such an important place in, that sensation of being rooted. So you can spread through the fingers and take some time to feel into the pads of the fingers, feel the heel of the hand, maybe a slight lift under the palm. Feel the tops of the feet against the mat. Feel the weight of you as you press down into the earth, and feel that beautiful energy exchange. And then when you're ready, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Take a full breath in. And as you breathe out, start to curl the spine, pressing it to the ceiling. And you really use the hands, press into the hands as you let the head drop. Inhale, lift the tailbone, let the belly drop, let the heart shine between the gateposts of the shoulders. Press, press, press into the earth as you start to round the spine. Let the head hang, lift from the tailbone. Let the spine ripple through like a Mexican wave. Lift the gaze. We'll do one more just like this. Press, press, press into the earth. Feel that connection. Grounding is really all about connecting to our roots, connecting to the earth, connecting deeply to ourselves, to our bodies, to our inner landscape. And then find that neutral spine. Send the right arm forward and the left leg back. We'll just move into a little balance just to get the core lit up. Find your drishti, your gaze point, maybe underneath your nose, maybe at the front of your mat. Feel that reach and push with the foot and hands, that opposing movement. And then either stay here or you can reach around, find your foot in space and pull, push the hand into the foot into the hand. Again, keep pushing into that left hand that's keeping you stable, and that right top of the foot. Okay, if you've got the foot held, let that go gently. Come back to our balance, bring the hand and the foot down. We'll do the other side. So left arm forward, right leg back. Find that balance and really find that gaze point. And finding that gaze point helps to keep our mind focused and stop it drifting off into thought and planning and list making and ruminating. And the more we can stay fully present, the more we can stay in the moment, the more we can stay in our bodies, the more grounded we will feel. So again, if you want to reach around, find your foot. Or if you wobble out, just come back in. It's only yoga. It's a tool to help. It's not perfection. And again, if you're holding the foot, let go gently. Find the balance. Come back to your all fours. Okay, tuck the toes, walk your hands and come to a squat at the back of your mat. If you've got your feet flat, this is another ideal place to feel that rooted sense. My heels, if you can see with these trousers, are really high off the floor. So this is more of a balance for me. So you can keep your fingertips on the ground in front of you with the arms straight. Or you can bring your elbows to your inner knees. Bring the palms together. And then we've got lots happening. The palms press into each other, feel that warmth, never miss an opportunity to feel that connection. And then maybe feeling the knees pressing into the elbows into the knees, and all of that opposing forces helps us find balance and stillness. And you guessed it, balance and stillness helps us feel grounded. Okay, if you've got your hands there, gently bring the fingertips to the floor. Lift the hips a tiny bit, turn the feet parallel, and then lift into your forward fold. Oh, nice on the back of the legs. Okay, so press into the feet and then feel that connection. I'm going to just keep on saying it. We're just finding the ground, finding the earth all the time. Maybe hold your opposite elbow and find some sway, any amount of movement here. See if you can keep awareness in the feet and the energy that's building up the legs. You can keep the knees bent. They don't have to be straight. And then gently find stillness. Come into a halfway lift, so fingertips to the ground, or you can bring your hands to your shins. And then slowly walk yourself forward into a plank. You might need to adjust your feet a little bit, bring the feet a little bit closer together. Press into the ground, engage that lower belly. Obviously, you can bring the knees to the ground if you want. And then we'll lower down, we'll bring the knees, then the chest, bend the elbows in close to the body. The chest comes down directly between the hands, keep the bum high, and then slide forward, let the belly come down, untuck the toes. Elbows in, press into the hands, find cobra. Lower down on an exhale. One more like that. Inhale, keep the elbows in, lift any amount, belly stays on the floor. Breathe yourself back down, tuck the toes, move yourself back into an active child. So toes tucked, arms reaching forward. You can sort of wriggle yourself down between your thighs, let the forehead come down. And you can keep the palms flat or come up onto your fingertips. But wherever you are, feel that nice stretch in the toes and feel that really nice rooted feeling. And then just breathe here. Okay, keep the hands where they are. Slowly come up. The toes are already tucked. You can lift up into downward dog. And then pedal out your feet. Find any amount of movement. Nice big stretches in the backs of the legs if you want. And then when you find stillness in your downward dog, remember you can always have a bend in the knee. You can press really hard into the hands and lift the hips with bent knees. Will give you a really nice straight back. And we're going to make our way to the front of the mat. So you can take many little steps, like a little mini walking meditation, or you can look forward and do a little jump. It's entirely up to you. And then fold forward once more. Inhale, lift halfway, and exhale, fold. Soften the knees, press into the feet, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Let the palms touch, draw the hands down the midline, bend the knees, come all the way back down. Bowing towards the earth, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back and lower the right knee. Untuck the toes. So you can keep the fingertips on the ground. Remember, this is very much a grounding flow. So however that, best helps you feel that sense of being connected. Or obviously you can bring the hands to the knees if you want, or you can bring the arms overhead. And then slowly start to just feel into that right hip. How much do you want to sink down into this? It might be that you're much higher up. Working wherever we are, it's all the same. Okay, bring the hands down to frame the front foot, tuck the toes, step back to plank. Move through your flow, your vinyasa. So either what we did before, knees down and cobra, or bend the elbows, but stay off the floor, come through chaturanga. And then downward dog. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Every downward dog, just like every exhale, is an opportunity to reconnect. Make your way back to the front of the mat once more, however that works for you. Into a halfway lift, fold, soften the knees. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Big, beautiful, juicy stretch here, don't miss it. And then exhale your way all the way back down. Forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the left foot back, drop the left knee gently, untuck the toes, fingers to the floor, hands to the knee, or arms overhead. But what we're really thinking about is gently opening into this left hip and finding that beautiful amount of pressure through that right foot. And then reconnect with your breath. Bring the hands down, frame the foot, step back to plank, and then move through your flow. You can always choose to go directly to downward dog at that point. You don't have to do a flow. Oh, okay, take a couple of breaths here, just really feeling into the backs of the legs, press into the hands. Send the right leg out behind you. And then step it through between your hands. Keep the back knee lifted this time. And lift yourself up. So in this high lunge, seal the back heel and open into warrior two. Okay, I always imagine the kind of center line, the midline down through the crown of my head, through my body, kind of down into the earth, or the energy coming down and then into both feet equally. It's a really beautiful way to feel that lovely downward energy that grounds us so. So don't forget your arms, keep some energy in the arms all the way to the fingertips. Beautiful. Gently drop the back hand. Find peaceful warrior. Try to keep the legs where they are when you do this. And then come back to warrior two. And then straighten the front leg, turn the feet. You might need to adjust them a little bit. Lift the arms overhead, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, bend the knees and cactus the arms, come down into goddess. So it's as if you're sliding down a wall, shoulders directly over hips. If you're starting to sort of round forward or anything funky is happening, maybe come out, back off a little bit. Press into that invisible wall with your hands. Keep the knees nice and open. Inhale, lift, straighten the arms and legs. Exhale, sink down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift. Turn back to your warrior two. And then sweep the arms to frame the foot. Step back to downward dog. Readjust yourself here. Take a grounding breath. And then we'll send the left leg high. When you're ready, step it through between your hands. Come up into that high lunge. Find your gaze point. Feel that centered feeling of the energy through your feet and any scattered energy gathered, gathered in, sort of into this wonderful central core you have that is strong and so quiet and peaceful. Seal the back heel, open into your warrior two. Imagine that energy coming down from the crown of the head, down the torso, out into both feet. Feel the energy in the arms. Gently drop the back hand. Peaceful warrior. Come back to your warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Bring the feet in a little. Heels in, toes out. Lift the arms overhead. Take a breath. As you exhale, bend the knees, cactus the arms. Pause here. Feel that strength in your thighs. Draw in your lower belly. Press into the invisible wall. Inhale, reach. Exhale, slide down that wall, bend, cactus the arms. One more time, press into the earth. Feel the energy rising. And then send it back down. One more time, lift. This time we turn back to our warrior two. Frame the foot. Step back to downward dog. And then either stay here or roll forward into plank and move through your flow, the vinyasa of your choice. Beautiful. We'll just stay here for a few breaths. So adjust your downward dog so that this is sustainable for you, so that it feels comfortable, so that you feel soft and strong in all the right places, and so that you feel that deeply rooted feeling. Okay, from here we're going to move to a seat. You can come to your knees and swing your legs round. You can scoot yourself through somehow, and we'll have both legs in front of us. We'll move into Paschimottanasana. So maybe by now you know whether you like to bring your arms overhead as you hinge. Gives a really nice indicator of exactly where your edge of movement is, or you can walk your hands. It's entirely up to you. But we're hinging from the hips, moving forward, and then finding somewhere for our hands, for our arms. It can be the feet, but it could be the shins. And then we settle in there for a few breaths. Maybe you feel that sense of connection all the way up the backs of the legs. Keeping a nice lift through the heart. And if your breath has wandered or your mind has taken over, now is the perfect chance to come back. Just pick up the next breath. That's the absolute beauty of it. It's always there waiting. And just soften into this shape. If it feels a bit intense in the back of the legs, bend them or stick a blanket or something underneath. And then slowly, with as much awareness as you went in, gently bring yourself out. Come to a nice, easy, cross-legged shape. Place the hands on the knees. And then on your next inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Move into a twist on the right, so left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Keep the spine nice and long and make sure this twist is coming from the belly. Sweep the arms back overhead. Move into a twist the other way. Come back to center. Sweep the arms one last time. Maybe close the eyes this time. Let the palms touch and draw the palms slowly, slowly down. Maybe dragging the thumbs through the forehead, the nose, the chin. And then bow your head in. Lift the head, keep the eyes closed if you want. Place the hands on the knees and just feel how your body feels after that flow. A bit of balance, a bit of twisting, a bit of warming. Most importantly, after all that focus on being grounded. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Arguably, right now, we all could do with a lot of grounding. There's a lot going on and it's hard to deal with, and there's a lot to process. So you're doing the right thing by finding something, some tool or practice that will help you. Grounding is so important. Thank you so much for joining me for that flow. I really like a grounding practice. And I will see you on the mat again very soon, from my heart to yours, from my home to wherever you are. Lots and lots of love. Bye.